How about my voice? Yeah. I have it, please. I'm feeling like for us to start a new this. Okay, you break that one and let's start again. So that let's we can delete all the other one that has been breaking. Sorry, we just have to carry along our viewers online. So we'll be having network issues, please. Okay, so please attention. Sure, you can see my whole screen, right? Okay, let's go again. Right before us is a blank canvas, right? Instead of an open PSD file, 2000 by 2000, right? So first thing first, we have to head over to our rectangle tool. The color is already red. We are going to draw our footer. Sorry, this is cycle. You can later adjust it. Let me lock it for now. Okay, head over to your text tool. We're using Gotham Bolt for this very particular theme, right? Let's write visual. Then let's make it 2. Control J. Or just right click on this very particular one. And then this look. All right. So we can duplicate it from here, right? Just make it 2. Yes. Give it another name. Let's drag this one down. Let's change this one and set consultation, right? Visual consultation. Let's hit on OK again. Let's highlight the both two and then align them by center, right? I want us to scale it down a little bit, right? We can reposition it again later on. So now, what next I would like us to do is let's add this very particular rectangle to again, create another rectangle with the same color red, right? Now, let's make it 2 as well. Let's drag this one by side. Something like this is okay. Just drag it, or rather you can highlight, do the same thing, align it by this very particular one, right? Let it be aligned. Like what next I would like us to do is this from this very particular text, I'll just make it 2 again, and I'll now drag it somewhere here. Head over to your text character panel, and let's change this very particular one from Gotham to, let's give it normal book, right? Book regular. I think it's okay. I'll now uncheck this caps lock, just make it small letter. Then we'll say let's give this one James, right? Hit on the next line and then let's say Idris, right? So something like this. Let's hit on OK. Let's create some spaces just by highlighting this very particular thing. Let's take it up, bring this one up. Remember yesterday I made mention of space between the next line, right? We can remove it in 218 either from here, or rather we can head over to our paragraph and then reduce this very particular one. So now I'd like to give it -20 and then hit on OK. I think something like this is okay. I'll scale it real down again, then leave it like that. I hope we're together. So right from here, I'll just make this one 2 and then drag this one down. So Let's call this one the president. From this book, I want us to change this very particular one, and let's just give it let's give it medium regular, this very particular one. So with these two, you can see with my smart grid line, right? I just aligned the whole thing. So I like to leave it like that. I will highlight both the two texts, this one and this one, and then scale it down, not too big. Let's scale this one down a little bit, and then make the other one big. That's a name, right? Let's just give it 24 and then hit on enter. Something like this. Up we're there, right? Let's align it by left. Now I will highlight these two again and then Control J. Let's just make it 2. Drag it by side, something like this. I think yesterday we used another name, right? It said Joshua Umar, right? And this one should be their secretary. Abi? All these ones, we all know it, right? I'll not explain too much here. Now, we said we like to zoom in very well, right? So that for us to see what exactly we are doing. Remember the use of smart grid line, right? You remember, right? And then remember I said we're using one font for this very particular design, right? So I'll just adjust the spacing in between these two details. Just adjust it and then position it something like this. I think it's okay for now. Yeah. So I will highlight these two, bring it down, then highlight this very particular thing as well. Just bring it down somewhere here. So now I'll go back to this very particular thing, this rectangle, and then bring it down a little bit. I will lock it back again. So still using this very particular one, I'll still Control J, make it 2 again. Remember I said same font, right? And then it's at the top. Right now you can see where I drag it, but it's not visible because of color. I'll just change it to white right from the character panel. Uncheck this very particular one. I don't want it capital. Let's double click. Yesterday I said just something 30th, right? I said 30th February, then 2026. Now let's hit on OK. Let's scale it real down. Not too much. You can adjust it later. We drag it, we position it here. Let's make it 2 again. Can we zoom out so that we can be able to see what we are doing? So right from here, let's make this one again 2. And let's drag this very particular thing here. Now I'll double click and then rename it. Yesterday we said the venue should be Google Meet, right? So with this Google Meet, I will highlight this MEET. Would like to change this thing right from here. Let me explain something real quick here. Just as I said, this one is a family font, right? And then what really happened here is it's not selective based on the children. It's like you have to go to the font by itself, search by its name and then its children. That's from this very particular system. But literally, right from here you can what, you can be able to what, change your children, just as the way I did in the other system yesterday, right? So let's just proceed. I would like to change this very particular one from Gotham a bold, and I would like to give it a book or light self. Let me choose, I think light is okay for now, and then let's hit on okay. If you observe very carefully, like the spacing is too tight just because it's following after what we did to the team. I don't like that. Sorry, I don't like that. So I will select these two, and then I'll make this one minus 50. Just hit on OK. We just want to create some breathing space between them, right? There is something here. I think this is two. I'll just delete the other one and then bring this one down. Remember, we created a line, right? Using a rectangle yesterday. So this very particular one will make it white, right? From the shape. And then we're going to drag this very particular one a little bit down. Just have a little line, right? White, just something white here. So all we are trying to do is to design a footer, right? Or maybe let me say, let's finish with our footer. And keep this one here, keep this one here. This one is a bit heavy. Can you see? It's a bit heavy. And look at what I will do. I'll just resize it a little bit down. And I think it's okay like this. I will zoom back. Yep. Make this one 2. Control T to transform. Let me zoom out so that I can pick it, right? Then drag it by side. Okay, I think it's okay like this. Let's leave it like this. So let's make this one 2 again, and then let's position it here. Let's give it, let's set 7 p.m. all caps, but I like bold more than this. Black, right? Change the font size a little bit bigger. Let's make it 30 because it's the only one there, right? Just 7 something like that. So we're going to do some real alignment and positioning here. I'll not be talking much, just position everything. So remember yesterday I said some of those things by eye, right? Just by eye, you can know whether if the whole thing is well positioned. Look at it. I'll position it in the middle somewhere here. I think it's okay. This February, I want to just differentiate something here. These two texts, this very thing I highlight, I'll just change to Italy, and then this very particular one, let's just make it normal, regular, medium. No, I think this one is okay. It's a bit evident. So I think we are together, right? I hope we are together, right? Let me enlarge this one a little bit. Fine. I'll just leave this footer work for now. Just a simple design, right? Fine. So right from here, let me highlight this one, position it well at the middle. This system. So I'll select this very particular one, drag it up. Just write something. I'll stop from here, and then let me make this one 2000. Hit on OK. You remember we discussed adding padding, right? Yesterday, that the leading tracking space, this very particular thing. I think we discussed that real clear yesterday. I would like to make it all caps. I think it's okay like this. Just position it at the middle. We can highlight everything here and then come here. This very particular alignment, right? Hit on it and then make it at the middle. Now, let me explain something a little bit before we progress. You see, I can highlight everything that is here and then hit on Control A on my keyboard. Now, I will make a selection around the whole thing, right? You have seen that I've made a selection around the entire canvas. So what exactly I'm about to do here is the highlighted element or the text, I want to align it to the middle, you understand, of the what? Of the canvas. Are we together? Hello, listen, let me come back again. Control D to deselect. But here is what I did. Now you see these two things, right? How many things did I highlight here? 1, 2, 3, right? And each of these ones are layer on their own, right? Because we create them like layer on their own. Now you see this very particular thing pop up. Yesterday I explained this, right? Immediately you highlight two things, this ruler or alignment like will be there. So if I hit on this, I'm trying to align everything at the center, right? And then now, let me say this one, this very particular thing is somewhere here. You know that it's not at the middle of the canvas, the white space, right? It's not there. So now if you highlight this very particular thing, what you intend to place it at the middle of the canvas, you now press on Control A on your what? On your keyboard. Doing that is you are making a selection, entire selection of your what? Of your canvas. You get it? You select the entire selection. So now you literally have two things to align. Did you get me? Two things to align. This highlighted text, you understand, the three as one, and then your canvas. So it's these two things you want to like align now. Are we getting it? Now, if I hit on this middle like this, it will stay at the middle of my workspace. I hope we get it. All right. So something like that. Now you can either press on Control D to deselect, or if you head over to your edit, this very particular thing called edit. I'm coming. You can right click like this, just head over to selection, right click and deselect, or simply just as I said, by hitting on Control D, you can deselect what you just did there. So before I continue, basically I don't know, as I said, it's a simple flyer, right? And I explained something for us yesterday. I said you first have to lay out all these things for you to make it like easier. Do your positioning, like finish your alignment, do your layout, you understand, before you start popping up your design or bringing something meaningful out of the whole thing. It will make your work easier, right? Currently, I don't know. I don't think I have logo here. Maybe I'll look for that. Then I will drag and place logo. Let me. I think it's okay. I'll just place logo somewhere at the top here. Now I will work on this very particular thing, and then here is or where this some tricks like will come to play. Now I would like to make this one a little bit big, just a little bit here, and no, let me not get confused. Let's place some images. Let's place some images. Okay, should be in my download. Okay, I would like to just open those images on a new tab, and let me see whether if I can quickly remove background. Any image with head front. I need a head shoot, right? So remember our online class, right? I think we are done with how to remove background. First, we say we have to unlock it, right? Head over to the property, then hit on remove background. You don't have image, right? You can use any of the image. Please, you can use any of image. But or rather, let me while the whole thing is, I want to drop the images for you. We're wasting our time. Oh. Network said. But we're saved online, right? If this one will take another 2 minutes, I will also cancel it. Hmm? We'll look for PM. You just look for directory and then use snap. No waste time.
Unlike yesterday, when we were trying to move back, it also showed us that we didn't locate any backup. So what if we use the picture that we have?
No, it's not from the picture. It's from the Photoshop. You get it? It's not from the picture. It's from the Photoshop. So what really happened yesterday is the Photoshop ran into error. That is why some of this functionality is not working. It's not from the picture. Yeah, sure. Did anyone try to remove background? Did it? Okay. Okay. We'll continue. Me, I'll just use this very particular image. Rather, let me check my. I have the transparent image. So I'll use this guy, same as yesterday, right? Head front, right? I think I will share with you. My data is not that too good to power the whole workspace. So I'll just use this very particular image. This, if you can locate it, it's just on the open space. Go. You see the PNG file, this very particular image. Copy and then let's use it. So yesterday I said my focus is the face, right? That is why we are placing them inside of this. So now, real quick with me, I will right click here, rasterize, right? And then I will place this one. Now look at it. Let me identify my shape. You see this one is the second shape, right? Then this one also is the first shape. So I would like to drag this one down. Remember, we said if you want to place something, it has to be above that very particular shape, right? So fine, we're going to just leave it something like this. Let's make this one 2, Control J to just have it 2, drag it here. Make sure that we place it above what we want to place inside of it, right? We drop it and then we align it as well from the inside. It's supposed to be a different image, right? But just as I said, we don't want to waste much time doing this very particular thing. Now I will adjust this very particular thing. Let's just adjust it a little bit. My smart grid line, right? Right? Fine. Then just something like that. So real quick with me, I will highlight these two things. This very particular thing. I will group them and I'll call them model image. Then let's lock it. Let's highlight the names. Let's just drag it somewhere down a little bit. That's how you just do your adjustment and do a lot of like some magic, right? With your how you want to position the whole thing. But with this, we are going to proceed from here, right? Now, I think almost every element we needed, like on the flyer, is there. Almost you can later do any of the adjustment. You know how to unlock layers and then go about doing it. So now what next we will do here is we will start adding some depth to our design. You get it? Like somehow pop it, right? And make it alive, just as the way we did for that cat yesterday. We add some shadow, right? To pop the whole thing. So we're not going to lift out the whole thing like just plain like that as it is. Even the foot to it, not hard,